The Secret War of Tesla and Edison. Chapter 3. The Black Vault. Colorado Springs, 1899. The wind screamed over the open plains like a living thing. The high-altitude air crackled with static as storm clouds gathered above the mountains, pulsing with violet light. In the middle of that vast emptiness stood a wooden tower crowned with a copper sphere, a strange metallic skeleton that seemed to reach into the heavens. Inside, Nikola Tesla tightened the final bolt of his latest machine, the Magnifying Transmitter. It was the culmination of everything he believed, that energy could be sent wirelessly, not through wires, not through copper, but through the very air and earth itself. If he succeeded, the world would never be the same. The lights dimmed as he turned the switch. A low hum filled the chamber. The air thickened. The tower shuddered as waves of electricity rippled into the night sky. Then came the first bolt, a jagged spear of blue lightning that erupted from the tower's crown and shot half a mile into the clouds. Outside, witnesses gasped. Some fell to their knees. The ground itself seemed to tremble as the machine roared like a dragon waking from 1,000 years' sleep. Tesla stood in the middle of it, coat flaring, hair wild, eyes ablaze with joy. He whispered, "Now the earth itself shall sing." The letter. The next morning, he received a letter delivered by a man in a black uniform without insignia. No return address, just a wax seal, the kind used by federal offices. Inside was a single sentence. "Mr. Tesla, your experiments have attracted the interest of the United States government. Please prepare your materials for immediate review." Tesla frowned. Review? By whom? He turned the envelope over and noticed faint impressions under the paper, like it had been reused. When he held it up to the light, he could just make out another message beneath the surface. "They are watching. Do not stop." He froze. The wind outside whistled through the tower beams. Somewhere far beyond the hills, thunder rumbled like distant artillery. That night, when he returned to his laboratory, he found footprints in the dust, not his own. The agents. 2 days later, they came. They called themselves inspectors from the Department of War, though their clothes were too sharp, their questions too deliberate. One was short, with gray eyes and a polite smile. The other said nothing at all. "Mr. Tesla, we understand you've built a machine capable of transmitting energy without wires. Is that true?" Tesla nodded. "Yes, gentlemen. I can send power through the ground itself. Imagine, ships, factories, cities, all powered without burning a single ounce of coal." The silent one scribbled something in a notebook. The other smiled. "Extraordinary. And you say this power could reach anywhere?" "Anywhere on Earth," Tesla replied proudly. The man's smile widened. "Even weapons?" Tesla blinked. "Weapons? No, you misunderstand. My work is for peace, for illumination." "Of course, peace." They left an hour later, taking careful notes, their eyes scanning every wire and coil. When they were gone, Tesla noticed that one of his notebooks was missing. Edison's move. Meanwhile, in New Jersey, Thomas Edison was not sleeping. He sat in his Menlo Park office surrounded by prototypes, phonographs, batteries, light bulbs, but his mind was elsewhere. On his desk lay a telegram from Washington marked "Confidential." It read, "Your expertise required in evaluating certain wireless energy transmissions by foreign-born inventor N. Tesla. The department believes potential exists for military adaptation. You will be compensated." Edison's jaw tightened. "So they've come to me at last," he muttered. He had heard whispers about Tesla's tower in Colorado, lightning machines, earthquakes, beams that melt steel. If any of it were true, Tesla had stumbled onto something far beyond science, something dangerous. Edison picked up his pen and began to write his reply. "I am familiar with Mr. Tesla's theories. His ideas are unstable, perhaps even hazardous. But if properly refined, they could provide strategic advantage. Send your men. I will assist." He signed his name, folded the letter, and sealed it with a smirk. The war of currents was over. The war for power had just begun. The Black Vault. Months later, deep beneath Washington, D.C., a new division was formed. The Office of Invention and Technology. Few knew of its existence, fewer still of its purpose. In a locked sub-basement of the War Department, behind a door marked Restricted Level 7, 2 guards stood watch over a sealed steel vault. Inside were the confiscated papers of Nikola Tesla, blueprints, notes, schematics for devices with names like Teleforce, Earth Resonator, and Particle Projector. At the top of the pile was a stamped folder. Tesla files, classified. A small brass plaque above the vault read, "Black Vault, 1989. Tesla's dream." Tesla knew none of this. Alone in the mountains, he continued to build, to dream, to chase lightning into the sky. He wrote letters to J.P. Morgan, begging for funds to construct an even larger tower, one that could send messages and power across the Atlantic. He called it Wardenclyffe. But Morgan saw something else. "Can it be weaponized?" he asked. Tesla hesitated. "It could be used to transmit energy in concentrated form." Morgan's eyes gleamed. "You mean a beam?" Tesla sighed. "A beam of energy. Yes, but its purpose is communication, not destruction." Morgan nodded slowly. "You'll have your money." Tesla didn't see the shadowed man standing just behind Morgan's chair, listening. End of chapter 3.